Hey, welcome again to Big League Dad. My name is Travis Brown, and today we're going to be talking about what a real man is. Our culture has a lot of different definitions for what manhood is, and I think the overarching thought is that a boy becomes a man when he reaches a certain age. But unfortunately, just a male turning the age of 18 or 20 or 25 doesn't magically make him a real man. So today I want to introduce to you a concept that's going to be foundational to being a big league dad, and that is defining what a real man is. Because we believe that it is important that in order to lead well in your home or in your workplace or in your community, that you need to know how to lead yourself properly. And so today I'm going to give you a quick acrostic, something easy to remember of what it means to be a real, R-E-A-L, a real man. See, a real man first rejects passivity. That's the R. And too many men today are sitting on the sidelines and being passive in their worlds when they've been called and they need to step up and confront certain issues either in their home or in their community, or maybe have some tough conversations or make some tough decisions. See, man, if you don't confront the issues in your life, then you will allow others, you will allow the world to dictate not only your standards, but also the direction of yourself and also your family. You see, a real man rejects passivity, and he also empathizes with others. That's the E part of real. See, having empathy for somebody is simply to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, to understand their perspective on life, to understand where they come from, and maybe their perspective on certain issues or situations. And this doesn't mean that we're always going to agree with the other person, but so many situations, disagreements or arguments would be minimized if people just had empathy for one another. And the best way to do this is simply to hear somebody else's story, to get to know them, to understand how they grew up, their perspective on life, and maybe the situations that they face. Because in order to understand the fruit of somebody's life, their actions and their responses, then you need to get to know the root of that person's life, and that is who they really are. See, a real man rejects passivity. He empathizes with others, but he also accepts responsibility. That's the A. See, we have a culture that everybody wants to point their finger at everybody else or pass the blame on to other people. And man, there are mistakes that we have all made that we need to accept responsibility for in our life. If we want to move past these mistakes, then we first must accept responsibility and apologize when needed. Try to make those wrongs right when possible. But there's another side of accepting responsibility more than just for our mistakes. We also must accept responsibility for what we are responsible for. See, we've all been given a sphere of influence in our lives that we are responsible for, and you must understand as a man or as a dad that you are responsible for what goes on in your own home. You know, you are responsible for raising your kids. It is not their teacher's job. It is not the school's job. And it's definitely not the government's job to raise our kids. It is our responsibility as dads. See, a real man rejects passivity. He empathizes with others. He accepts responsibility. And finally, a real man leads courageously. Men, you don't get to choose whether or not you are going to be a leader. You are leading others. The question is, where are you leading people to? Is it good or is it bad? Because see, a real man leads those he's responsible for in ways that builds other people up. It builds those people up. It makes them better. It helps them grow. And those people are better because they have been led by a real man. But leading courageously, men, whether it's in ourselves or in our own homes, often requires that we stand alone and go against what the rest of the world is doing. See, we need to lead courageously because it's the right thing to do, not because everybody else is doing it. See, a real man rejects passivity. He empathizes with others. He accepts responsibility, and he leads courageously. And a real man does these things in every single area of his life, in himself, in his family, and in his home. You see, if you want to be a big league dad, then you must first start with yourself and decide right now that you're going to be a real man. Listen, if you want to read more about what it means to be a real man, I encourage you to continue reading in this newsletter. But hey, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you again as we continue to strive to be big league dads.